Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka the Weather Gamer, bringing you APA Indigo, Season 3, Week 8. Your Chicago Charizards are taking on Spies in the Seattle Primariners. I honestly don't remember if I've played Spies before. I know I didn't do it in WWC, I know I didn't do it in PCF this season. It might have been last season of PCF that I played Spies. He's a very good battler, very good builder. We're coming off of that 4-0 loss to Noons. And we got to play Bash, who's undefeated next week. Well, lost only one game so far this season next week. So, yeah, we kind of need the win here because it's going to be a rough week next week. It's rough the remaining way of the schedule. But, anyways, if we want a chance at least qualifying for playoffs, we're going to need to pick up some wins here. Spies took over for Johnson. So, but... team we're rocking out with here: Megaments, Ferrothorn, Florges, Zeraora, Crocodile, Nihilego, Heracross, Slowbro, Espeon, Sableye, and Magmortar. Spies' team consists of Giratina, Mega Alakazam, Keldeo, Roserade, Aromatisse, Swellow, Entei, Stakataka, Mudsdale, Vikavolt, Blissey, and Sharpedo. Spies' team's a little weird. He's got a lot of slow bulk for Trick Room side, and he has a lot of fast breakers for non-Trick Room. So it makes it just a tad bit difficult to try and build a team versus him. So I'm going to slide this over here. How am I going to go about doing this? Well, I'm going to bring Trick Room element myself and then 2 fast breakers. I'm bringing Sableye here with leftovers, Prankster, Toxic Taunt, Shadow Ball, Calm Mind. I wanted to run Recover, but I just don't see a way to run Recover and still be able to beat things like Mega Alakazam with this. Because once I start Calm Minding, his team is also very specially attack. Alakazam, Keldeo generally is special. Roserade is generally special. Aromatisse is generally special. Swellow can be a gut set, but Specs Boom Burst is also another set. Entei physical, Stakataka physical, Mudsdale physical, Vikavolt special. Blissey is generally Seismic Toss is about the only thing, so it doesn't actually hit Sableye. Sharpedo is generally on the physical side, but a lot of his heavy breaking power that I see him bringing is special, so boosting my Spadef. Very necessary. Taunting doesn't work on Aromatisse, but if I can taunt Vikavolt switching in, I can stop it from potentially being an agility setup sweeper. I can stop Mudsdale if it tries to come in from setting rocks. Can taunt Stakataka from setting Trick Room. Can taunt Blissey so it can't recover rock, any of that sort of thing. Because this thing's kind of designed to take out Blissey. Sort of. Not really, but sort of. It depends on what Blissey's attacks set is, but Toxic is there if I can get Toxic off on anything that tries to switch in on this. Specifically, if I can get a Toxic off on the Giratina and then taunt it in case it's the stupid bulky rest Giratina set, then I can just chip it down and break it, basically. Shadow Ball hits everything but Blissey on his team, so that's good to have. Max special attack, just so I can put the most damage output out. It's a 2-shot on Mega Alakazam, which once I get a Calm Mind up, it cannot 2-shot me with Shadow Ball because of the investment. So yeah, Sableye is here to just kind of be annoying and spread Toxics around. The more things I get Toxic, the better. Because Blissey would have to be carrying Heal Bell or Natural Cure, which is very, very possible. Giratina has to carry Rest. Aromatisse or Roserade would have to be a Cleric. Aromatisse very well could come as a Cleric, but still, being able to Toxic and try to break a lot of his bulk with Toxic and Taunting, to me, seemed like a really good idea. I also have no speed investment. I do still have the 31 here, but this is mainly if he tries to bring Trick Room, Giratina, stack attack as his offensive firepower, with Vikavolt, Blissey, Aromatisse, and maybe Mudsdale, like if he fully commits to Trick Room. And this is what I can do. I do have a lot of mons that function under Trick Room, so I don't know if that's really viable either, but on the flip side, his offensive mons, like Alakazam is fast, Entei, base 100, Keldeo is fast at 108, Swellow's fast, Sharpedo can get fast, but I don't know. This is a really weird matchup to me. And bringing Leftovers Florges as well, with Defog, Wish, Aromatherapy, and Moonblast. Defog because I do not want T-Spike set up with Roserade, especially with me not bringing Lego. Do not want Rocks stacked up, don't want Spikes stacked up, so this thing can hopefully defog those away. Wish, so I can Wish Pass. Sableye has no recovery, so besides lefties, so getting Wishes passed into it, passing Wishes into Mence, Zeraora, Ferrothorn, all really good. Aromatherapy because more than likely he will try to chip things down across like Giratina. If I bring in Mence, he will try to burn it with Will-O-Wisp. Slowbro will try to be toxic. Sableye will try to be toxic. Ferrothorn doesn't want to get burned. Zera doesn't really want to get burned either. So having that Aromatherapy heal my team is really, really nice. Moonblast as a mono-attacking move just hits his team decently well. Stack Attack comes in pretty freely on this though. But it'll hurt Keldeo. It hurts Alakazam because Alakazam is stupid frail. Giratina doesn't want to take numerous Moonblast. Sharpedo doesn't really want to take it, but we are heavy Spadef investment. The special attack lets me 2-KO the Keldeo, unless it's bulky Keldeo. It's a 3-shot on Giratina, but yeah, the Spadef investment is there to keep Vikavolt off my back. The Specs Vikavolt can run through me pretty easily. Slowbro here with a Choice Band and Trick. This is specifically to draw in the Giratina. Either draw in the Giratina or draw in the Vikavolt, one or the other. Because if I draw in the Vikavolt and I give it a band, then it is pretty much not as much of a threat as Specs would be. If I can trick the Roserade a band, that would work. If I trick the Giratina a band, it's not great. If he's actually offensive Giratina, that could be really, really scary. I don't want to give it to Entei. Tricking Blissey would be kind of fun, just to shut it down. Like I'm trying to shut down his bulky, annoying mons. Giratina, Aromatisse, Blissey, shutting down Vikavolt potentially would all be really, really good positions to be in here. Ideally, unless you bring his Z-Captain, I believe Vikalvolt's one of his Z-Captains is the only problem with this. Keldeo, Stacka, and Vika. So if Vika's there and I don't see Stacka or Keldeo, I'm going to have to assume that that is probably his Z-Captain, which means I will not be able to trick it. And Specs just blows my team away. He can't safely Specs T-Bolt though, because I have Zeraora. To take this thing out, he'd have to Bug Buzz, which would potentially allow me to go into Florges and then finish it off. My prediction is Vikavolt is the switch in here, which is why I'm carrying Flamethrower. It's a 2-shot. It's an OHKO with Rocks Up, so if I can get Rocks Up from Ferrothorn, Flamethrower will kill the Vikavolt. And I am bulky enough. I believe I live a Specs Volt switch, but I don't know the Specs. Or no. He would have to switch in, and then I Flamethrower, and then I switch out right away. Yeah, that's how I have to do that. But yeah, if I could trick something, that'd be great. Slack off for recovery. Once I get rid of that choice band, I can recover with slack off plus regen. Skull just to be a nuisance. If I can get a burn off on something, that would be great. Like if I could burn, if I could get a burn off on Blissey, well, no, if I could get a burn off on Mudsdale, I'd take that thing out of the way. Stack Attack getting burned would be great. Just being annoying, basically, is what I'm trying to do. I do have to watch out because Big Alakazam tracing could be very, very bad. But there's that one. We are, again, no speed because, again, if he brings the Trick Room, I have 4 Mons that just shut his Trick Room down. I have 4 Mons that run up on him outside of Trick Room. And if you look at the rest of my roster, yeah, Lego's fast, Espeon's fast, so he very well could think he has to run Trick Room bulk to do this. So, you remember I said I was worried that there was probably going to be a burn coming my way on Mence? He's also got to be very picky on his HPs because he's got to carry Fire, Ice, potentially Ground for Zeraora. So he has to be very, very careful with his powers. I do need to check and scout for Ice and that. Lycavolt very easily could carry Ice. Roserade could very easily carry Ice. Keldeo probably has Icy Wind if I had to guess to keep my speed in check, but I'm Dragon Dance, Facade, Roost, Return. Why am I no Dragon Move and why am I returning Roost? So at +1, Return basically rips through his team, or +2. Return can rip through his team. Facade, I think Stack Attack is literally the only thing that can resist a hit. I'm just going to import the entire thing into Calcs because I'm going to play that match here later today. Customs. Salamence. So Stack Attack is the only thing that really just sits in my way. But as long as Pharaoh's alive or Zeraora, I can go into either one of those. Slowbro. Sableye could even come in and be annoying to it. Questioning whether or not, because Facade, if I get burned, rips through his team, but Return rips through his team as well. But the problem is if I'm burned and I can't heal it with Florges. I don't want that Stack Attack coming in for free though. So because that also clears Entei. It's just Vikavolt is the problem after that. But Return. Specs Vikavolt. A Return at base is 80 to 95. So if I chip it with Flamethrower and then sack something, if I have to, I can get Mence in, and then Mence just blows that back. Big issue here is HP Ice just obliterates me, and even if he's not Specs, if he's just like the pivot, like a he still beats me, so. Empower Ice, big issue for Mence, but anyways, this should run through his entire team. Giratina doesn't want to get boosted up on, especially if it's like the Toxic Will-O-Wisp set. I can dance up enough to take it out. Alakazam is too frail. Keldeo, I'll outspeed. At +1, I'll even outspeed Scarf and Return, I'll obliterate that. Roserade gets returned. Romatisse gets obliterated by Return Swallow. Entei Earthquake, Stack Attack Earthquake. Mudsdale needs to be removed, but I can D-Dance up on Mudsdale, potentially. Vikavolt returned. Blissey is stupidly frail and dies, and Sharpedo is frail and dies. So, up next is Zeraora with the Expert Belt. I am gonna try and fake a Scarf again on Zeraora and make him think that I'm Scarf Zeraora just so I can beat his Mega Alakazam. So I'm probably just gonna Volt Switch Pivot as much as possible. I'm Volt Switch Grass Knot, Drain Punch, Fire Punch. Originally I had Taunt on there, but it's too easy for Specs Vikavolt to just come in and put a dent in me without carrying Fire Punch, because I can Fire Punch the Vikavolt, and it's a 2-shot, depending on his investment. I don't think he goes full bulky Vika, because he's going to want something semi-speedy in case he loses Trick Room, if he does commit to Trick Room, because Giratina at base 90 would be about the fastest thing, but that could be a defensive pivot. Again, this is assuming that he runs a Trick Room team for the most part. Grass Knot, 2-shots Mudsdale. Volt Switch will kill Keldeo. It'll take out Swellow. Sharpedo gets taken out by it. Drain Punch takes out Blissey, and I basically heal to full because I've been so fat, and Fire Punch for Vika. As far as the stats go, speed-wise, I am outspeeding his Keldeo, I believe. No, Swellow. I'm outspeeding his Swellow. I can't beat Alakazam, so there's no reason to run that speed there. I am enough attack to guarantee that Drain Punch Oka's Blissey and Fire Punch is a 2-shot on Vikavolt. And then the rest went into bulk, and I gave myself, so I didn't have an even HP stat, I gave myself 4 into my special attack, which doesn't really matter because Grass Knot and Volt Switch already take out. Basically, at no investment, will take out what it needs to take out. Finally, we have Ferrothorn here. This is probably my lead, so I can get my rocks up right away. Depends on what his team is, but I would like to lead Pharaoh for rocks. Choppleberry is so I can take on Mega Alakazam or Keldeo and take a fighting hit from either one of them. Stealth Rock, Leech Seed for recovery. Knock off, because if I can knock off Giratina's leftovers, if I can knock off Vikavolt Specs, potentially, Entei losing its band on switch in, Blissey losing items, Swellow potentially trying to come in and set up on me with Boom Burst, or if it's the Guts Facade set, then getting rid of its Flame Orb is really nice. Iron Head is so I can take on the Aromatisse, because the rest of my team can't beat Aromatisse by itself, so... And Aromatisse would probably be his designated Trick Room setter with Stack Attacka as the backup if he decides to go Trick Room on me, so... Yeah, that's it. Probably turn 1 to set up rocks on the Entei switch, and then when Entei comes in I go Slowbro, and then I start... Or Slowbro brings in Roserade or Vikavolt, which means I Flamethrower, and then... Depending on what I do to them, I go from there. Which one comes in, I go from there. If it's Vikavolt, I probably go Zeraora. If it's Roserade, I probably go back to Ferrothorn. I don't know. To me, it seems like Vikavolt would want to carry, because Bug Buzz can 2-shot Ferrothorn if I'm not Spadef invested, which I am fully Spadef invested. To me, it feels like Vikavolt carries the HP Ice, Roserade carries the HP Fire, Keldeo carries the HP Ground type of situation. That's how I kind of see him going. Just to... because that would allow them to check each of their ones that need to be checked. Vika with Hidden Power Fire, or Ice. Or Roserade's carrying the Hidden Power Ice, because... then it beats Mence, and Vika's carrying the Hidden Power Fire to guarantee the kill on Pharaoh. I don't know. That's where we're sitting. But again, no speed on this thing either. All 4 of my defensive mons have no, slow mons have no speed on them, just in case of Trick Room. So hopefully we pick up the win. With all that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Check out the links in the description down below. Twitter, Twitch, Discord. Discord server, best place to hang out outside these videos with me. Twitch, I'm not Twitch streaming right now because of my knee, but hopefully we'll get back to that. I might Twitch stream between now and surgery just one Mario Maker thing if people will leave Mario Maker levels. And then Luke and Jaden, go check them out on Twitter and DeviantArt. So I'm gonna get out of here. See you guys.